I've made reference to Jurassic World Rebirth a fair amount in the lead up to July, but I think this is the first official video I have done on this movie, mostly because, I'm not looking forward to this at all whatsoever. Like, all of the other Jurassic World movies, and except for the first one, I think that that all of the Jurassic movies, they're super cringe, okay? Like, it is one of the quintessential examples of a movie franchise, a movie trilogy, what have you, that revolves around milking the nostalgia of one or two good films. You could also throw Terminator, Predator, Alien, Beethoven into that mix right there, and you would just go ahead and get a litany of great initial premises just blown out to a point of parody that looks so unrecognizable from the source you don't even know what to do with it. But I think we already crossed that Rubicon with a couple of the original Chris Pratt Jurassic World movies. So yeah, there's a reason why, okay, because this is supposed to be a new direction. This is a rebirth, a reboot. We're going ahead and distancing ourselves from that cringe Jurassic World Dominion, okay, that movie that ended up making over $1 billion. Well, with Rebirth right here, okay, you're not drawing any illusions outside of the simple title to any of that, to that trilogy, that wildly successful trilogy. But now that we have some projections, that might have been a bad idea. Okay, we could be getting a Star-Lord and Black Widow team up in another franchise far before we see it in Avengers anytime soon, if some of this tracking is led to be believed. But let's see why audiences aren't as enthusiastic about this as a lot of my prognostication has been. So Jurassic World Rebirth director reveals why he initially read the script wanting to hate it. Well, that's pretty easy because it's fairly hateable premise, okay? Because you can't even go with real dinosaurs at this point. You have to whip out, well, we'll see it here very shortly. The excitement for Jurassic World Rebirth continues to build as the movie edges towards its release date. However, director Gareth Edwards, who, again, why isn't that a big red flag? Like, the guy just can't make good movies. But he'll do a better job than other people that have done Jurassic Park movies before. Trust me, bro. Wasn't always enthusiastic about it. Now, speaking to SFX magazine, Edwards revealed that his initial approach to the script was mildly negative since he wanted to hit the pause on filmmaking at the time. I read the screenplay wanting to hate it because I just wanted to have a break. Well, that would have been right after, The Creator came out, and it flopped, because this is a movie that I remember the entire announcement, production, casting cycle, because it simultaneously gave Scarlett Johansson a life raft out of Marvel, and then also killed off the Blade project because Mahershala Ali is going to be in this as well. And they were trying to throw back and say, hey guys, don't worry, this one will actually be good because we have some of the creatives from the original Jurassic Park. And whenever you bring back legacy names, that is always a recipe for success, right? Just take a look at Doctor Who and the Russos coming back over at Marvel, and how many legacy characters have come back to Star Wars, and they just always bring their A game. But anyways, I was all ready for the polite no, it was really good, but I just want to do my own thing. Thank you for considering me. But when he reached the end of the story, Edwards had a major change of heart. I got to the end of the screenplay and was like, damn, it's good, damn it, he continued. All these characters really popped out. It was just one of those things where it was like, I can't not do this. Also, it was going to be done in about a year. And it was just like, okay, I'm not going to be able to do anything about this, but it was an opportunity of a lifetime to some extent. I dove in, really. We're only just coming up for air. Jurassic World Rebirth set 5 years after the events of 2022's Jurassic World Dominion. Scarlett Johansson leads the cast as Zora Bennett. That is the first time I am learning of this character that just hopped right off the page as a name, along with Jonathan Bailey as Dr. Henry Loomis, Mahershala Ali as Duncan Kincaid, and Rupert Friend as pharmaceutical representative Martin Krebs. Cool, man. I look forward to see how much they are characterized and how much cringe human shit is going to be in these films, because that is, at least from what I hear, ended up tanking the viability of the Jurassic World movies, because as Bryce Dallas Howard started to bulk up for her ultimate role as the Rancor Rex that they have in this movie, because this is all I see. This is all I see about the promotional material. I was being 100% honest. That is the first time, and I've already forgotten the name of Scarlett Johansson's character. I know that she's in this movie, and that's it. And a bunch of cringe experimental dinosaurs like the disastrous Rex. I wish I was kidding. So when a Jurassic World Rebirth hits the big screen, it'll be packed with a bunch of cringe. I'm sorry, prehistoric favorites. Yes, the T-Rex is here, so is the Dilophosaurus. Even Jurassic Park's 3 Spinosaurus is back on the scene, but the DNA collecting expedition into dino-infested territory led by Scarlett Johansson, Zora Bennett, Jonathan Bailey's Henry Loomis, and Mahershala Ali's Duncan Kincaid will bring fresh horrors too. Set not on Isla Nublar, but Isla Sonar. Okay, the third site where InGen's most egregious genetic meddling went down. Because it's not enough. It's not enough that we have like dinosaurs and people are still excited to see dinosaurs in movies. No, we need to have genetic freaks, because that's the next obvious evolution. Yes, make way for the disastrous Rex. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's kind of like if the T-Rex was designed by H.R. Giger. Oh, great. And the whole thing had sex with a Rancor. I was making a joke. I thought that was the joke. But yeah, you got the picture of it. Okay. Oh, wow, you're going to have some bastardized pterodactyl. That's so great. And if that thing wanted to go after Scarlett Johansson, what the fuck could she do about it? She'd just have that gun. Oh god, what is that? Is that from Fallen Kingdom, or is that from Rebirth 2, where you have the gun where you shoot a laser at somebody and it fires a dinosaur at them? Oh, this movie is going to suck. It's probably not going to be good, but like I've said, whenever I've referenced this movie before, it's probably not going to be good. The characters are probably going to be exceptionally weak, but the dinosaurs are going to bring people to the screen because for whatever reason, nobody has properly capitalized on live action dinosaurs quite the same way the Jurassic Park movies have. And yeah, even if you look at it as atrocious as those other Jurassic World movies were, they all made over $1 billion. But in the back of your mind, this little niggling input, it would just go ahead and it would just bite at you, and it would just kind of like with the Transformers movies of an era gone by, how they would make $900 billion at the box office, and then they just stopped. Okay, and they just stopped dead in their tracks. Now you thought, okay, you got this influx of new talent that's coming in, it's out with the old, in with the new, and yeah, it should revitalize this franchise a little bit, right? So there's still got to be some gas left in the tank, and I thought, and I've said this time and time again, there's a good chance outside of Avatar that Jurassic World Rebirth is going to be the highest grossing film of the year. And now we're getting the tracking. Scarlett Johansson's Jurassic World Rebirth predicted to bomb at the box office. What? I beg your pardon. Now, I did a little bit of pre-screening on this, and no, bombing, I don't think that's fair. It's going to make back its budget, okay? It's going to have a very strong opening weekend, but it's also slated to be behind Superman and Fantastic Four. Uh-oh. That's really not good. That is phenomenally not good. So check this out. The upcoming Jurassic World Rebirth movie starring Scarlett Johansson could potentially be a big bomb at the box office, as the first estimates are in for the opening weekend, and they're the lowest of the franchise, which includes the first Jurassic Park movies. Oh, fuck. Yeah, this is really bad. The estimates right now for Jurassic World Rebirth are that will open around $115 to $135 million. Oh, shit. And yeah, the kicker, that's for the 5-day opening weekend. Yeah, the flick drops on the 4th of July holiday weekend. Now just imagine the all-American superhero, the man who used to say truth, justice, and the American way, got an opportunity to open on the 4th of July. How much better could Superman have performed, and how much worse would Jurassic World Rebirth have performed if it would have opened a week later like Superman did? Damn, man, is this going to be another example of you put a strong, empowered female protagonist, even if Scarlett Johansson and whatever we've read her characters' names a couple of different times. I think it starts with a K. I've already forgot it. That is just how forgettable it is. But is this going to be another example, like Ballerina, like Furiosa, where you try to put a woman in the lead role and it ultimately ends up failing, even if it isn't that girl boss movie? I don't know. I'm not making that prognostication. But is this going to be the case if Dinosaurs can't even get past the audience's perception of the stink of the girl boss? Holy shit, man. This is going to be wild. Like, I took for granted this was going to make $1 billion, but if those estimates are true, this is not good. I don't know what Deadline is smoking, but they compare Jurassic World Rebirth's 5-day opening to Jurassic World Dominion's 3-day opening of 145 million. Ooh, yeah, that's yeah, even that's above the high-end estimates. Yeah. They also compare 2001's Jurassic Park 3 to bring in 85 million over 5 days, which would be 154 million in today's dollars. Oof. Rebirth's 5-day is 115 to 135 million. What is its 3-day? That means it will come in under 100 million. Yes, the first of Jurassic World movies to do so. Wow, that is tough, man. And yeah, maybe it's a girl boss stuff. Or maybe it's people not being able to shake the stench of, political activist, a later post-40 Scarlett Johansson. Because if you remember, she was one of the many Avengers that all came together to support Harris Waltz. Okay, you guys remember, democracy is on the line. We need to support Kamala Harris in 2024. I don't necessarily think that there's a lot behind that, nor do I really think that this is going to be a girl boss movie, but the audience is ultimately going to speak with their wallets, and we're going to find out sooner rather than later. And honestly, like, I'm going to keep it a book. This really did catch me off guard. I thought it was a given. This movie was going to make $1 billion. But if it's going to be the lowest performing in the franchise, even if you adjust for inflation, and if you don't, it's going to slot in very nicely with the Jurassic Park movies of the 90s. Hollywood is in a lot of trouble. And we were talking about this at the beginning of the year prior to Minecraft coming out. And yeah, we could be running back these conversations because realistically, after July, like, there's nothing. Okay. Like what? The next biggest, okay, after Fantastic Four drops, and it's going to drop with a big thud. Okay. Because that's the one that I thought was going to come in third place, but it could just simply for the fact that the bubble has burst on Dinosaurs. It ends up in second place, and Superman ends up, which, oh God, I kind of don't want, because that film doesn't look good. Like, okay, this was already going to be a retard boxing fight where may the densest competitor win. But if Superman ends up taking the cake and it ends up doing as well as projected, and it has decent word of mouth because people go, oh, it doesn't like hate me or anything like that. Because that could be the case for Jurassic World. It could have a middling opening and then just have very good legs. I mean, Top Gun Maverick was something like that as well. It didn't have like a spectacular opening weekend. It was pretty good, but then it just continued to maintain sustained momentum at the box office. It could very well end up being the case. And you know what, tracking just like a lot of those other family-centric films that were out there, Minecraft, Lilo and Stitch, How to Train Your Dragon, I'm sure the second weekend drop-off is going to be fantastic because art is totally fucking dead. But no, it's just the walk-up audience for those movies. Those are the ones that you can't really properly quantify because, yeah, Minecraft fully and totally exceeding expectations. I think Lilo and Stitch did perform over initial estimates, okay, and then ended up having the best Memorial Weekend opening in history, blah, 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 whatever. But the best opening in Independence Day long weekend history is clearly not going to be the case this time around. And that is something I did not see coming. Did not see this coming at all whatsoever. And so on one hand, if we can do away with these slot movies, okay, if the bubble has burst on that, I'm thankful. But then on the other, if that means that Superman is going to end up winning July and it's going to be as bad as advertised and James Gunn is going to continue to James Gunn, I don't really see that to be a success either way. So yeah, spark up those conversations in about a month and a half's time where Hollywood is dead. And the whole motto of survive till 25, yeah, we're gonna have to find some catchy rhyming scheme for 26. For ScarJo's next movie, she'll show her tits in 26. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.